What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Amon's Toxic Camel through the new one. Back at it with another review. And yesterday I was able to check out the last voyage of the Demeter. A day early. I was trying to do the Dracula thing. But before we get into actual review itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free, and number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers. Just 3 away now. It really help out your boy if you did subscribe. It also goes for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you do like my toxic movie reviews. Don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications so you miss occasional one, but also do share the video because it'll also help me out and we can have some more people join that toxic fam. And do feel free to comment your thoughts on the last voyage of the Demeter down below, or your excitement for the movie. Let me know. But before we go into the actual review, let's give a quick plot synopsis, shall we? So transition on shores. Unholy presence dooms the crew of the merchant ship Demeter as it sails for Carpathia to London. Okay, well, I think that was the shortest plot synopsis yet I had to read. But going into the last voyage of Demeter, it was a mixed bag for me. Because from the trailers, it looked good, but it seemed like it was giving the whole entire movie away in 2-minute setting. So, which we'll talk about later. And also, I was hesitant because the last few, I thought it was going to be good because it was rated R, so that's why. So, like, that's the rating that gave me, like, maybe it can be good. But, like, the last few vampire movies we've gotten, most of them have been bad, especially, The Invitation. Remember that movie? Yeesh. Yeah, which that was woof, that was bad. Even though I thought the main girl was pretty good, and also I think the head vampire dude was pretty decent as well. But besides from that movie was bad. Most people did not like Morbius. I actually like that. I know I'm on an island with that. I'll die on that hill. It's fine. And I totally get the criticism for that. I know, like, people think it's generic and whatever. It is, kind of, but I still have a kick out of that. It's not, like, all-time classic. I think it's fun enough to watch. At least it's short. So, yeah. But coming out of this one, let's just go into the actual review. So, hang on. I need to drink my water because my tongue does the twisty twist. So, yeah. Alright, so starting off with the good, shall we? The good. Corey Hawkins as the main lead character, Clemens, which I thought, I've seen Corey Hawkins do a few things before, like, I remember him mostly from Kong Skull Island. I remember one time my parents were watching this, I think it was a cop show or something like that, and he was on there. I don't know what that show was, but, he was in there. And this is his first, I think this is the first time I've seen him, like, do a main lead character role. And I think he's a good actor, and he definitely is good at what he does with the character of Clemens. I think it was a good choice to lead as Clemens, and he is quite a likable character in this one, and yeah, you really want him to survive. What other things can I say about that? Yeah, I just thought he was good as the character. And everyone acts pretty decent here. Also, like I said, all people act decently here. So also some of the other characters in this movie you recognize as, like, the actors, and remember, and all the performances are decent, as I was saying. So that's why I was going into that. For example, there's the guy, I forgot what his name was, but he's been in a lot of movies over the years, and he has kind of memorable performances, in my mind at least. He was in The Boogeyman that came out this year. He was the father that was kind of grieving over his children's death. He was also from The Dark Knight, who, he was... I forgot if he was one of Joker's little people that worked for him. I forgot, or whatever, from The Dark Knight. He's also from, he plays Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad 2021. And, I'm probably forgetting him from some other stuff, but he has a good role in here. So does the main captain dude. I thought he was pretty good as well. And also, I really, I thought the Anna and the little boy, both of their performances were pretty good. This was my introduction to their acting, I think. So they were both pretty well, did pretty decent acting performances. The more monster version of Dracula in this is another positive for me, because most of the other like vampire movies with Dracula in it focus on more the human slash vampire effect of this, and this takes a unique direction where it kind of focuses more on the monster version of Dracula, and it brings back Nosferatu vibes, so that's quite good. And I love how they use Dracula in this film, make him like very mysterious and you don't know where he is or whatever. And yeah, I really enjoyed what they did with his character. The practical effects are quite good as well, and the CGI is quite decent too for Dracula. Talking about him, like for example, there's some scenes in here where you see him pop out of the shadows, and the practical effects are quite good, where they're actually makeup and stuff, which is pretty good. And then the CGI isn't the worst I've ever seen. I think it's quite good. It's quite decent and surprised me, because from the trailers, it made it seem as if the CGI was going to be bad. Luckily, it was not. I think it was very decent CGI for this type of movie. There were, for example, maybe some moments you could tell that it was fake or bad. Not bad, but you could tell it wasn't real. But it was still pretty decent. The gore as well is pretty good in here. This is the main reason that the movie is rated R, which, I wish, I'll talk about it more in the negative side, but the gore was pretty good and can make, if you're squirmish to gore, I think it could make you squirm a little bit. So it was pretty decent gore as well. And going into a vampire movie, I wasn't really expecting much, to be honest, much gore, because vampires just go all the time, so yeah. The music and the props to make you feel like you're in the late 1800s, which this movie is supposed to be during 1897, I believe, and they do a good job of making you feel that you're in the 1800s, and the props and all that is used quite well in this film to make you feel that way, that you're in that time frame with the movie. The tiny lore we get of Dracula as well, I enjoy what they did with that. I wish they could have maybe explored it a little tiny bit more, but it didn't bug me, because it continues to basically make Dracula more mysterious. So I'm glad they kept the little tiny lore that they did for Dracula. It keeps its very serious tone. That's another positive. I think this movie has no jokes. It might have like one or two maybe that are forgettable, but this movie keeps its very, very serious dark tone, I think, which props to that, because most horror movies do not do that anymore. They at least have like a couple of jokes in there, and luckily this time they did not. I don't think they kept it very serious. And I don't know if most horror movies now do it that nowadays with multiple jokes, because they're most of the newer ones I haven't really seen much. So yeah. What other stuff? And also, the final positive for me is, it making Dracula seem like an actual threat. I thought they did a great job of you worrying for these characters, because the Dracula in this, man, yeah, he is probably one of the strongest Dracula versions, and they do some stuff that I think might make some people, how do I say this without spoiling? It might make some people who are fans of the original Dracula movies, which are somewhere over there. I forgot which row they are on. It's out of camera, but they would make kind of go as if they took some stuff out of the original movies. And I love that they kind of made him seem very dangerous, and he could maybe kill everyone. So, yeah. So for me, that's where all the positives end. Now we're going into the mixed. So the ending. Not spoiling much here, but the ending makes it seem as if we're gonna get a sequel, which hopefully, I think this movie will get most of its money back, but I don't know if they will do a sequel. It depends on how much money it gets, because it's just, the way they ended it, I thought was pretty good, but how do I say it? The only reason why, like, it's in the mix is because I thought the ending was good, but I'm hesitant about them making a sequel because I don't know how much money this is gonna make. So, that's why. The scares and some stuff I didn't like about Dracula. So there's some scares that happen in this that are kind of the generic horror movie scares you've seen. Music starts to slow down, and then boom! So, there is, I think, one moment where they kind of make that drag out a little bit and make it go a little bit slower, because you don't know when he's gonna pop up, because it's going very slow. So I like that. And, for example, some of the stuff that they do with Dracula, they do some stuff that makes him not seem so monstrous, kinda, and they make him seem kinda human. That's all I'm saying, like, a little bit, but I really would have loved if they would have stuck with the more monster version of him. But then again, I think they had the stuff that they do to make him appear more human, kind of half human. I think they could have done a lot more that would have made me mad. So I'm fine with what they did there. Also the knocking aspect. I know this is probably just a minor flaw, but from the trailers you saw that there's the, like, where they knock on the top of the boat and then it echoes through, and they don't really use that effect to the whole entire movie really that much, so that's why it goes into, it's a minor mixed aspect. Also, this movie kind of can feel a little bit too long, but then again, I don't think it would have made sense if they would have ended it then, so it kind of works the wait time, but I feel as if they could have shortened it, maybe. I don't know. And then, as for now, we're going into the bad. Most Hollywood movies have problems with this nowadays. The trailer gave away almost everything in just 2 minutes, except for the ending and what happens to the ship at the end. So, most movies do that every single time nowadays, and it makes me mad. For example, that happens with Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which I think is still fun, but it's just, the whole entire trailer gave away the whole entire movie in just 2 minutes. What other movies did that? 65 did that, which I know most people don't like that, but I thought was decent. I don't think it's an all-time classic by any means, but they did that for some reason. And just Hollywood, I might honestly just stop watching trailers nowadays, because most movies seem as if they're giving away the whole entire plot. So in just 2 minutes. So that's why. Another negative is the movie, you know, kind of where it's going and you know what's going to happen basically for most of the time, even though it has some pretty shocking deaths. But when the movie starts to roll onward, you can technically tell where the movie is starting to go. That's a minor negative too. Also, another minor negative for me and the bad is I wish there was a little bit more gore. I feel as if they maybe could have done a little bit more to make you feel all grossed out and stuff, but that's okay though. I still think the gore we got in here was good or decent. Also, then, as for my final negative, I believe this isn't a negative for me, but I think it might be slow for some certain people. Especially, I think there's some parts in the middle where they're trying to find out what's going on, and it kind of drags out maybe like a little bit. But I think it doesn't bother me, but it'll probably bother some other people. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out the toxic meter, and I will give this a toxic goodness, and it's almost like in between toxic goodness and toxic disappointment. So, yeah, and if you're wondering what that is in letter form, I will give this a B-. Another B- movie. Another B- movie this year, huh? Wow, we've been getting a lot of those as of late. So, maybe sometime I'll do a montage of all the B-minuses that I've done this year for movies. And also, if you guys are wondering, yes, I'm going to move. Hypnotic is not a C+. My thoughts were weird then, so Hypnotic goes into F. I think it's still bad, even though I got to see a rated R movie, so it goes there. But with that being said, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review of The Last Voyage, the Demeter. But before we get to actual ending the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers, just 3 away now. Really help out your boy if you did subscribe. That's because 3 people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you do like my toxic movie reviews. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications and notification when I upload. Also, you share the video because also help me out. We can have some more people join the toxic fam. And do feel free to comment your excitement level, or have you seen The Last Voyage of the Demeter, and what are your thoughts? Let me know all that good stuff down below. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.